Oh, this was some move. Watch Hutchinson here. Up the field. He beat him with speed earlier. Now goes with the inside move. There's the grab at the tail end of it. Didn't.
Look at this rush by Garrett. Just, there's not a lot of guys that can bend their bodies.
It really is about Karlaftis. But look, Chris Jones, look at the hand use. Alex Bars has not had an answer.
Timing the snap count right there and just beating the ball to the backfield.
You got Kenny Clarks, who's as good as there is out there, and then trying to work that double team is one of the great young players in Panay Sewell. And that time,
of them, just watch him. Look at that. He slaps away that upfield arm, and then is able to just turn the
split. McGlinchey and Burford. Look at this. Both of those guys trying to stop him. But
he's up against the rookie, Nicholas Petit-Frere, and I thought because
Chris Jones right here against Alex Bars, and you see the forklift. He gets that outside arm up in the air and then is able to duck underneath it.
Right here on the edge for Yosh Nijman. When you give an athlete like Hutchinson that kind of running start, it's almost impossible to stop.
Watch him get skinny to get inside Burford right here, and he seemed almost offended that I said, hey, at your age, you know, you can't quite do what.
Wondering when this was going to start happening for this young man. Getting a chance now with Dean Lowry out to play a lot more. He is an electric guy coming off the line.
Sometimes when you just get beat like this, and again, we've seen so many times in his career, Nick Bosa, he's just got so much speed and power and closes.
Look, Alex Bars has nothing for him. You see here, he just kind of gets into him and then arm over.
Ali McNeil, as all that started going to Tom's left right here, just couldn't catch up. I watched a highlight reel of him. He has a way of laying a little wiggle on these guards sometimes, and I think he's so big you don't expect it.
Step into your throw, and that's where Judon provides this. From that, that's a hit.
That's
By the way,
right there.
This team defensively has created so much.
He's trying to come off this play fake, and this time going to his right. We've seen him a lot of times going to his left, but Tier Tart.
Interior pressure is generally going to come from that guy right there, Kenny Clark. He has been to the Pro Bowl a couple of times, but he is the force that you have to stop inside.
Browning starts off with speed, going up against the left tackle, gets underneath, and then squeezes right in between.
You see J.J. Watt get through here and give the Mutombo finger wag.
Continues to get better. Jeff Swaim is the one who's trying to block him. He gets the push.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. It doesn't matter if the ball's coming to his side, the ball's going away. Sometimes I think it's better to run right at him. I mean, he is relentless.
They knew coming into this game. Wow, look at Watt bends the corner and then
Zach Sealer, number 92 right there, and then watch Keon Cross in 27 coming off the. No, it's Eric Rowe, 21.
They have a plan, but they're setting the edge. They're playing physical. Judon is having a career-type year.
Over 100 4 times coming into this game as a team.
For the play.
Unheralded guy.
Watch Bruce Irvin. There he goes on the game. Letting the tackle go first. He goes and.
Daniil Hunter, he's just going to blow right by Riley Reef. Again, these are some of the backups that they're using, but Daniil Hunter, always known for his speed, and actually surprised Riley Reef set back so far. He should have just tried to jam him early.
Is able to beat him into the gap right there. You see that? That's the difference in the play. Outstanding job by Onyemata.
Just bring more than this Cardinal offensive line can block. And you see Bosa, he gets moved to the outside, moved to the inside, blows things up from the inside.
I tell you what makes this impressive. He goes the opposite way before he comes back to make the play. Dips inside, goes all the way around the block of Josh Meyer. Watch this move right here. They've got an inside handoff, and there stands number 90. He couldn't get to the 9 side or the.
Watch Big Bruce. 51 right there on the edge. Gets kind of lost in the shuffle. There goes Hoyt, 97, peeling back.
You think that Khalil Mack is going to come crashing down the line. He doesn't do that, and Russell Wilson does a good job.
Yeah, you see, they haven't gotten Curtis Samuel the ball until that point. They try to go with the old toss reverse.
They're counting on Dorrance Armstrong to see that.
Here comes the big motion, but watch up the middle.
Hendrickson, 91, throws Stanley off, is able to get the sack, but the ball comes loose.
Oh, it was a reader. I'll take that back. That was Osai. I thought it was 98. It was Joseph Osai.
Yeah, one of the Dallas defenders is down here, but you can see Micah Parsons, he just wins on an inside move on the right tackle, Sam.
With his closing speed, watch JJ move all the way to the inside here. Still got some lateral movement for an older guy, right? But then you use your backup right there, Isaiah Simmons. Boy, just all kinds of push on the interior, but it's Eric Armstead right over the ball. He's a tall guy, 6'7", but he plays with...
Comes up with it, the rookie out of Michigan. Had the sack and recovered by Queen.
Fumble recovered by Baltimore. First down. The ball was coming loose before Burrow was on the ground. Yes, there was a missed face mask called by Pierre-Paul. That not called as he extended the play.
Nightmare, let's hope he's okay. He wins early, flushes Sam Howell out of the pocket. Sam Howell takes a big hit.
They just mauled them. Watch on the outside here, both these guys. And he just, he got on Troutman, and that's unfair. So
Garrett just off of the edge, just how fast he is and how he's able to bend and turn the corner. Just a little stutter step inside.
Just kind of outnumber him on that side. You get your 3 there against your 2. You put a little twist in it. Your center is just late coming over. Connor Williams is a little bit too late working with the left guard.
On the edge for Myles Garrett. And for the Steelers, look, they had a really good thing going running the football, getting positive yards on first down. And on their very first pass attempt on the game on first down.
Both edges. Russo's going to get all the way around the edge, force him around, and then right at the end of it, Lawson comes in to finish it off with him, but really Russo.
Danielle Hunter wrapped up David Montgomery.
Yeah, led by Danielle Hunter and Eric Kendricks, as I mentioned, when they need to make the stops.
And here he is, and the way he handles this, just fights through it, plays it perfectly. And then you got Corey Peters, who's able to come underneath it and then finish it off. It's this move here by Walker that gets him moving up, but here's Roy Robertson Harris, and he's working through a double team, but he's got his eyes into the backfield. So, that was Arden Key.
You see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's matched up man to man. And then you've got 5 offensive linemen. You only need one guy to win, Lou. And you see that internal pressure with a little bit off the edge.
How about Akeem Hicks and the stand-up right here on the outside? And, I mean, this is a guy that plays inside,
he's an
right?
Inside guy.
He's on the guards and stuff. He's like, freedom! Got out there on the outside in the water. Nobody's used to that. I mean, that's a big 30-pound guy and being kind.
Montez Sweat, Chase Young, the 2 defensive ends here for Washington, they put a ton of pressure on from the start. Dak has nowhere to go. He flushes out to the right, and what an effort there. Montez Sweat chasing it down, forces the sack. 2 big third downs this Washington team's been able to get off the field. And
here's Bosa, and you're going to watch him come up like that. He is outside, and that little ghost move that he does where he swats the hands away, and he's just relentless because the tackle